Well, Gérard, thank you very much. That was very interesting. And in conclusion, could you say a little bit about how you see the future of fragrance going?
It's difficult to say with a degree of certainty, but there are definitely trends at the moment which give some indication. The big trend in mainstream perfumery is a fashion for smells that are not found in nature. So basically, there are companies that are making new smell molecules that don't exist on this planet. And of course, the advantage of that is that they can do it very, very cheaply. And it's all driven by profit. There are like 6 huge companies. And if you take perfume and cosmetics together, in financial terms, this is the 6th largest industry on the planet. So it's up there with oil and steel. So the profit motive. So that's one major trend. There's another trend is that to a large extent, smell has been a neglected sense. So, you know, our eyes and our ears are very important, and but smell also is incredibly important. But it hasn't had as much money spent on, say, research for kind of, you know, you lose your eyesight, it's worse than losing your smell. And there's a lot of interest in the psychological aspects of smell, because smell it connects to the limbic part of our brain, which is our kind of oldest part of the brain, and the seat of emotions. And of course, people are interested in that. How can we use that to manipulate? Basically, how can we use smell to make people spend more money? Most people are completely unconscious of this of smell. It's something they don't notice. You have to bring their attention to it. Can you smell this or can you smell that? And then they say, oh yeah, but they didn't get it themselves. Example, in the Middle East, for example, the smell of orange blossom is associated culturally with an oasis. It's pleasant. So if you walk into the foyer of a hotel and it smells of orange blossom, it's going to put you in a frame of mind, which is nice, and that's good. But I think there's going to be more research about how to incorporate smell into advertising, for example, because it's very subliminal, and I think there's a lot of interest in that. But the other side is the internet is making, it's giving a voice to anybody. And so for the first time in history, maybe, it's possible for small companies to compete with large companies. And in many ways, they've got much more flexibility, they've got much more control, they can respond quickly to market trends, and there seems to be, it's very new in the UK, but in America and 1 or 2 other countries, there's definitely a trend towards natural perfume. We've had a revolution in food where people want to eat food that comes from the soil, not from a laboratory. Maybe the same thing will happen with perfume, maybe not. I don't know. But a lot of legislation, naturals are too expensive, they're too unpredictable, product repeatability and conformity is too important to the big companies. And they regularly reformulate things, like, for example, jasmine at the moment is going to be reduced, and we're told that the reason is because of its toxicity, whereas, you know, we've been using some things for literally centuries, and now all of a sudden, for modern sensibilities, we're told we can't do it. But I think maybe this has got more to do with price.